Hello students, today we are here to read our third chapter of SST, which is entitled Our Houses. What's the title? Our Houses. Let's move forward. Let's get started. The chapter highlights Kacha house. We are about to read in this chapter Kacha house, houses in hilly areas, multi-storied building, houses in earthquake-prone area. Do you know what's the meaning of that? That houses are always ready to protect themselves from the shocks of earthquake. Multi-storied building means the building which has many stories. Okay. Planning of a good house. Now here is the planning that what would be the good planning to make a very good house. So this is the planning of a good house. Here we are going to read about this because everyone needs to live to stay in a house, and there are many types of houses and we are going to study about them, and this chapter is going to be very important because stay at home is also very important. Anyone who does not have house leads his life hardly, but it's a grace of God that we all of us have a house. Okay, let's move further. Kacha house. We are going to study about Kacha house. It is a house made of mud. Okay, what is Kacha house? It is a house made of mud, clay and wooden material, etc. How is Kacha house made? With the help of mud, clay, wooden material, etc. Okay, this is not so durable and it also less stretchable than a pakka house. It is found in small towns and villages. It means it is not as much strong as a pakka house, and it is not durable means it does not last well, it does not last long, and it can be destroyed anytime because it is made of mud, clay or wooden. It is found in small towns and villages and sometimes outskirts of the cities it is found, and in small villages and towns we can see such type of house. We can see the picture. Have a look at this picture. This is the picture of a kacha house. If you have ever seen such type of house, then you will recognize it. Have you ever seen such type of house? Okay, let's move further to know about pakka house. What is pakka house? Pakka house is made of bricks, cement, steel, etc. Dear student, have a look at this picture. This is pakka house. Most of us stay. This is called pakka house, and it is made of cement, bricks and steel, etc. It is strong. This house is more durable than a kacha house. Okay, students. And students, we are here to read about the houses which are made in hilly areas. How are the houses in hilly areas? Let's move further to know about them. Houses are seen in hilly areas. Okay, here is misprinting. Houses we see in hilly areas are generally made keeping in mind the condition of climate of these areas. Climate means weather, and here is misprinting. Rather than seen, here should be see. Houses we see in hilly areas are generally made keeping in mind the condition of climate of these areas. In these areas, the weather is always different. It's not similar to us because most of the time there is rain and snow falls. And keeping this concept of climate, houses are made. The climate condition of these areas are excessive rain, snow, etc. As we have only 3 months for rain, we have 3 months of monsoon. But in these hilly areas, there is most of the time rain and snow falls. Because of this, for this reason, due to this, these houses are generally made of slanting roof so that rainwater and snow does not get collected in roofs. What happened? Because most of the time it rains over here and snow falls. As we can visualize that when rain comes, our roof fills with water, with rainwater, because water gets collected. But here in hilly areas, most of the time there is rain. See, here in this picture, there is slope in roof. The roof is in sloping form. Water can't be stopped on roof. Either water or snow has to fall down. And that's why here it is written. These houses are generally made of slanting roofs so that rainwater or snow does not get collected on roofs. These types of houses do not allow water because the houses in hilly areas have a sloping roof, and that's why they do not allow water to be collected on that due to their sloping roofs. Now we are here to read about multi-storied building. What about multi-storied building? The building which consists of many stories. As we live in the house and our house consists of one story. Many people live in the house which consists of 2 stories, and some people live in the house which consists of 3 stories. But here is the multi-storied building that consists of more than 4, and there are many houses, many flats where people live with their families. Let's read to know about that. What are multi-storied buildings? These are the houses built in cities and big towns. Where are these houses? They are not small towns and villages. They are in cities and big towns. It consists more than 4 stories. How many stories? More than 4 stories. In it, there are large number of families who lived in them, because these buildings are consist of more than 4 stories. In each and every story there are many flats, and these flats are allotted to different families where people live with their families. There are large number of families who lived in them. It consists lifts. They consist of more than 4 stories. That's why here in such multi-stories building, there is either lifts or escalator. What's the escalator? It's a moving staircase, etc. That's why here it is written, these multi-storied building either consist of lifts or escalator in them. Okay students, now we are here to read about houses in earthquake prone areas. What type of houses are constructed in earthquake prone areas? Let's read. The area which are prone to earthquake. The area where earthquake occurs many times. While constructing houses, this concept is always kept. As in hilly areas, while constructing houses, people keep the concept that house should bear the shock of earthquake. The areas which are prone to earthquake, the walls of such houses are made of stone and wooden material so that they could wear the earthquake shocks easily. These are expected stronger than other so that they can bear the shocks of earthquakes. Their walls are made of stones and wooden. They are strong. People try to make the walls of such houses stronger than others. Okay, students, I hope it's clear now. Here we are. How to do a planning of a good house. When people conceive the idea to construct an house, then what is to be done? He consults with the architect and he tells about his needs, about his demands, that what does he want in his house. Some people likes to have swimming pool in their house, but some people do not like so. Some people like garden in their house, but some people do not like to have garden. So according to their willing, according to their wish or demand, they get their house constructed. Here it is written, a good house consists of separate rooms for our activities like studying, eating, cooking, sleeping, dining, and toilet, bathroom, etc. Dear students, these all activities are done in separate rooms. The various sections of the houses are, and that's why when the house which consists of separate sections for these activities called a good house. And here is written, the various sections of the house are. Here are the various sections that what should be in the house. Worship room. It is a place of our home where we meditate and worship our God. You have seen many times to your grandparents, to your parents, that early in the morning they perform puja. Where do they do so? They do in worship room. According to their religion, they worship their God. And it is performed at a particular place. Where it is performed, it is called worship room. Garden. As you know that what is there in the garden. Many houses contain garden in them. All of us should try to make a garden in our home. It increases the beauty of the house, but it also makes our environment clean. There are many houses where people do not like garden due to the problem of space, due to other reason. But here is the suggestion for people that if there is garden in house, it is very good and fruitful for us, because not only from the perspective of beauty of house garden is good, but it makes the environment clean. As we know that trees and plants gives us oxygen and takes carbon dioxide which we exhale. So when garden will be available in our house, that would be very good for us, that would be very beneficial for us. If we have space at our house, we should have garden. It doesn't matter it is big or small. According to our space, we can make our garden.